Hello, 6th graders. We are in our Unit 9, Applying Percents. Our lesson today is on percent of change. Our learning target is I can find the percent of increase or decrease. Okay, so some vocab here we need to write down. Percent of change, our definition is right here. A percent of change is a ratio that compares the change in quantity to the original amount. And we do that by figuring out how much the amount has changed and then dividing that by the original. So we're figuring out, if the cost of a movie was $10 and then it dropped to $8, we're figuring out what percent that cost decreased. So a couple formulas here for you to write down. Percent of increase. Find the amount of increase by taking the new amount minus the original and divide it by whatever the original amount was. Percent of decrease is you figure out how much the amount has decreased and then divide by the original amount. And it's going to give you a decimal and you turn that decimal into a percent. So it'll make more sense. What I always do is I take the large number to find how much it's changed minus the smaller number. Okay, so that's your top number, and then you divide it by the original amount. Okay, so I'm going to use this formula at the top, large number minus small number, divide by the original, and that's going to give you a decimal answer, and then you turn that decimal into a percent to figure out if it's a percent or how much it's changing, and then you just have to determine is the amount getting bigger or smaller to determine if it's an increase or a decrease. So our directions here. Find each percent of change to the nearest percent. State if it's an increase or a decrease. So the price of gas in 1990 was $1.30. The average cost in 2016 was $2.14. What is the percent of increase in gas prices? So you're going to take the larger, so we're looking at, since it's asking about gas prices, we are going to take these two amounts. So large minus small, so $2.14 minus $1.30, and divide it by the original. So thinking about what the original price is, we're going to go with which one was first in time. So 1990, that would be our original amount. So that's what we divide by. So on my calculator, 2.14 minus 1.3, 84 cents, and we're going to divide that by the $1.30. 4 divided by 1.3. Now I'm going to round to the nearest hundredth. So 0.65. Now I need to turn this decimal into a percent, move the decimal 2 spots to the right, and that's 65. And because the price is going up, it's going from $1.30 to $2.14. That's an increase, so 65% increase. Next one, it costs Nike $28.50 to produce a pair of shoes. They sell for $100. What is the percent increase on the price of shoes? So large number minus the small number, divide by the original. So the original in this case is how much it originally cost to make them, which would be the $28.50. So 100 minus $28.50 is $71.50. And you're going to divide that by the $28.50. And we get to the nearest hundredth. The reason I did the nearest hundredth is because then when we turn it, it's telling us up here to the nearest percent, so that's the whole number. So now when I move the decimal, it's the nearest percent. So 251%. And again, the price is going up over time, so that's an increase. So Nike sells their stuff for a 251% increase of what it costs to make it. Okay, again, I have the formula at the top. It's asking us to find the percent of change to the nearest percent, and then state if it's an increase or a decrease. First one, the price of a new vehicle was $21,140. During the holiday sale, the car cost $19,820. What is the percent of decrease? So large number minus the smaller number, divide by the original. So the original price of the vehicle is the $21,140, but they dropped the price, so sorry about that. So 21,140 minus 19,820, which is 1,320 over 21,140. So you divide those numbers, 1,320 divide by 21,140. There we go. To the nearest percent, so round to the nearest hundredth, 0.06. Move the decimal 2 to the right to turn it into a percent. So a 6% decrease because the price is going down. Okay. Next one, find the percent of change from 84 feet to 38 feet. So large number minus small number, divide by the original. Since we started with the 84 feet, we're going from 84 to 38. The 84 is the original amount. 84 minus 38 is 46. So we're going to go 46 divided by 84. Round to the nearest hundredth, 0.55. Move the decimal 2 spots to the right to turn that into a percent. So it's a 55%. Since we're going from 84 to 38, that's getting smaller, so that is a decrease. Okay, so that is our video on percent of change. The biggest thing, large number minus small, divide by the original. You will get a decimal, or whatever answer you get. So you might end up with a whole number, but you still need to move the decimal point 2 spots to the right. So let's say when you solve it, you ended up with an answer of 1.5. You would still need to move the decimal 2 to the right, and you'd have 150%. Whatever you get, move the decimal 2 to the right, and then determine if it's an increase or a decrease.